डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Namaskar dear students, welcome to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. Myself Zeel Sagar Shah, working as an assistant professor in School of Computer Science. We are in the lecture series of object oriented programming using C++. So far we have studied about the constructors, then the how to make a class, and how to make a member functions, data members, member functions, etc. So now we will going to study about operator overloading. So far we have also seen function overloading. The concept of function overloading and operator overloading is same, but let's see today the difference between function overloading and operator overloading. So our today's agenda is, first we will see the basic concept of overloading, then we will see operator keyword, rules of operator overloading, unary operator overloading, and operator return type. So what is the basic concept of overloading says about? So operator overloading provides a flexible option for creation of new definition for most of the C++ operator. So far we have seen operators in C++, that is arithmetic operators, relational operators, bitwise operators. So this means that C++ has the ability to provide the operator with a special meaning for a data type. So the mechanism of giving such special meaning to an operator is known as operator overloading. So over here we will see that if we create two objects and I want that the result of the addition of two objects, then what will I do? I will do operator overloading. The concept is same, but we will do overloading in our user defined data type. So using operator overloading in C++, you can specify more than one meaning for an operator in one scope. The purpose of operator overloading is to provide a special meaning of an operator for a user defined data type. As I said earlier, we will use operator overloading for a user defined data type. So with the help of operator overloading, you can redefine the majority of C++ operators. You can also use the operator overloading to perform a different operation using one operator. For example, let's see how many operators we should overload. That is plus, then minus, all the arithmetic operators, then relational operators, then assignment operator, and the other operators, that is new, delete, then our pointer operator. So which are the operators which we do not overload? Dot operator. Why? Because it has a specific meaning. We call dot operator when we call object of some class, then we use dot operator. So it has a special meaning, so we cannot overload it. Then scope resolution operator, that is double colon. Why? Because it has a special meaning when we use the member function outside the class, then we will use scope resolution operator. Then ternary operator. So all these operators we cannot overload. Now let's see what is operator keyword mean. To overload a C++ operator, you should define a special function inside the class as follows. For example, class name, then in public specifier we are going to write return type, then operator is a keyword, and operator symbol. So operator symbol means any operator which we want to overload, that operator symbol will be there. For example, if I want addition of some object, then I will use plus symbol and the parameter list, then the function body and close of the function. So the keyword operator are indicate that the operator symbol is the name of the operator to be overload, as I said earlier. So there are some semantics and rules for using operator overloading. So what are the rules of using operator overloading? For it to work, at least one operand must be user defined class object. We will see, and I will tell you why we use one operand to be user defined class object. You can only overload existing operators. So the operators which we have in our C++ library, that only we can overload. We cannot overload the outside library operators. Some operators cannot be overloaded using print function. However, such operators can be overloaded using member functions. So in the operator overloading, there are two ways to overload operator. First is by using member function and second is by using print function. If I want to overload my operator using member function, then I have to give one parameter as my object, and if I want friend function to overload my operator, then I will use two parameters as my class object. The priority and associativity of operator cannot be altered. So what does this mean? This means, like for example, if we have 2 plus 3 into 4, then we use BODMAS rule. So this over here also we will use the associativity and priority rule. So first we will solve the 3 into 4 and the result of 3 into 4 will be added to 2. So operator overloading function, the operator function should be either a member function or a friend function, as I said. When the operator function is declared as member function and takes no argument, it is known as unary operator overloading. And when it takes one argument, it is known as binary operator overloading. So, what is unary operator overloading? Okay, let's see example of unary operator overloading. First, I have declared class unary. In that, I have 3 data members, that is x, y, z, and I have one constructor, that is parameterized constructor. Over here, the value of x is equal to I, y is equal to j, and z is equal to k. And I have simply defined 2 member functions, that is void display and void operator minus minus. So over here my operator is minus minus, so this is the unary operator. So whenever I define this operator outside my class, then what will I do? I will do void unary, then scope resolution operator and the operator keyword, and the minus minus, that is symbol of the operator. And what I simply did over here is minus minus x, minus minus y and minus minus z. So over here the value of my object will be minus 1 when I give this operator command. Then void unary, then scope resolution operator, then display function. Over here I am simply displaying the output, that is what is x value, what is y value and what is z value. So in int main, what I have done, I have make one unary a object which has 3 parameters, that is 31, 41 and 51. Over here first of all I am simply displaying what I have in my parameters, that is before decrement of a. What are the parameters? That is x is equal to 31, y is equal to 41 and z is equal to 51. Why? Because I have called a dot display function. After that I have used my operator, that is minus minus a. So over here the operator works upon my object, single object. Why? Because unary operator overloading with only one operand. If we do not use any operands, then we can use unary operator overload. If I want the summation of two objects, then I will use one operand in unary operator overloading. So cout after decrement of a, we will display x is equal to 30, y is equal to 40 and z is equal to 50. Why? Because we have decremented our x value with minus minus x. Now let's see the operator return type. In the above example, we have declared the operator function with operator with type void. That is, it will not return any value, but it is the possible to return any value and assign it to other object of the same type. Yes, the return value of the operator is always of the class type. So it means that the class name will be in the place of the return type specification, because we are applying the operator overloading in operator overloading properties only for the objects. Always remember that an operator cannot be overloaded for the basic data types. So the return value of operator function will be of class type. The following program will demonstrate you the operator return type, how we will return the operator return type. So let's see the example. First I have taken the same example, but for this I have done class unary. In that I have one data member, that is int x, which I have to initialize with 0 using constructor and return the current value of x. So over here int getX is my member function and unary operator plus plus. So over here I have included unary. Unary is my object return type. You can see the class name and the return type is same. So when I define my unary operator, what I have done, unary, then unary is my return type and the unary is my class name, and the scope resolution operator and the operator plus plus symbol. Over here what I have done is I have taken one object, that is unary temp. The and x is equal to x plus 1, and simply I am assigning my x value to temp dot x and returning temp. So over here, when I return temp, what is the data type of temp? Data type of temp is unary. So in int main, I have declared two objects, that is a1 and a2. a1 dot getX and a2 dot getX. And when I use plus plus a1, what I will get as my output is, you can see, first I will get 0 0 because initially the value of a1 and a2 is 0. After I incremented a1 plus plus, then what I will get, a1 is equal to 1. So I hope now you get the difference between unary operator and operator return type. In the next lecture, we are going to study about binary operators, type conversion, and etc. Thank you for watching the video.
स्वाध्यायः